Good morning. I am Pradeep Kumar. Today we will discuss the psychometric properties or properties of moist air. The first psychometric properties is dry bulb temperature, in short DBT. It is the temperature recorded by it is the temperature of air recorded by a thermometer when its valve is not affected by the moisture present in the air. It is denoted by TD. Simply, the dry bulb temperature is the temperature which is measured by a thermometer when its bulb is dry. The bulb of thermometer is the tip of the thermometer, and this dry bulb temperature is noted by TD. Second property is wet bulb temperature, in short WBT. It is the temperature of air recorded by a thermometer when its bulb is surrounded by a wet cloth exposed to air. It is denoted by TW. While measuring the wet bulb temperature, we put a wet cloth surrounded to the bulb of the thermometer. So the air will pass through the wet clothes, and the temperature will drop down, drop down, drop down, and a stage will come. After that, the temperature will not be dropped, and the air surrounded on the wet valve becomes saturated. So when the air becomes saturated around the valve, then the temperature recorded by the thermometer is called wet valve temperature, and it is noted by TW. Next is dew point temperature, in short DPT. Dew point temperature is the temperature at which the water vapor of moist air begins to condense, is called dew point temperature, and it is noted by TDP. Now we will explain the dew point temperature with the help of TS diagram also. This is the TS diagram. This is the critical point. This is the saturated liquid line. This is the saturated vapor line. As we know, the water vapor present in the air is in superheated condition. So let's say this is the point 1. This is the superheated water vapor in the unsaturated air, and the partial pressure of water vapor we already know, that is PV. If we cool the water vapor at a given partial pressure PV, a stage will come when the first drop of dew is formed. And where the first drop of dew is formed, if we record or note that temperature is called dew point temperature. So in this condition, we at dry bulb temperature, and it is the superheated temperature of water vapor, and this point is at saturated vapor line, so this is saturation temperature, and it is also called the dew point temperature. Now if we say, if a sample of unsaturated air, that is point 1, containing water vapor is cooled at a constant pressure, that is partial pressure of water vapor PB, the water vapor reaches the saturated stage. If we cool down, it reach the saturation stage. At point 2, the first drop of dew will be formed, and the temperature at point 2 is called dew point temperature. Note this point for the saturated air. If the air is saturated, means if the air contains the maximum amount of water vapor at a given temperature, is called the saturated air. And for the saturated air, the dry bulb temperature, wet bulb temperature, and dew point temperature are same. So for the saturated air, dry bulb temperature equals to wet bulb temperature and equals to dew point temperature. Now the next important property is specific humidity or humidity ratio or moisture content. It is defined as the ratio of mass of water vapor to the mass of dry air in a given volume of mixture. Suppose we have a control volume, suppose we have a room in which we have moist air. So in that control volume, the mass of water vapor to the mass of dry air is called the specific humidity or humidity ratio or moisture content of that control volume. It is denoted by omega. It is denoted by omega. Let PA, VA, MA, RA, and TA are pressure, volume, mass, characteristic gas constant, and the absolute temperature respectively of dry air. Because the suffix a, I have already told you the suffix a denotes for the dry air, and similarly PV, VV, MV, RV, and TB are the corresponding values of the water vapor. The suffix V denotes for the water vapor. Then according to definition, the specific humidity, which is the ratio of mass of water vapor, that is MV, to the mass of dry air in a given volume of mixture. So the specific humidity will be mv by ma. This is equation number 1. Now assuming dry air and water vapor behave as an ideal gas, then for dry air applying ideal gas equation PV equals to MRT, and for dry air suffix a, PAVA equals to MARATA, and find out the value of MA will be equals to PAVA upon RATA. Similarly for the water vapor apply the ideal gas equation PVVV equals to MVRBTV, and we can get MV equals to PVVB upon RVTV. Put these values MA and MV in equation number 1, we get the specific humidity omega equals to MV by MA. Put these values, but for this case the volume VV equals to VA, because we have the same volume which is occupied the dry air and water vapor also, and TV equals to TA, the temperature of dry air particle and water vapor particle are also same. So VV equals to VA and TV equals to TA. If we put these values, so TV is cancelled out by TA and VV is cancelled out by the VB, and we get the specific humidity omega equals to RA by RV into PB by PA. This is equation number 2. But we know that the characteristic gas constant for dry air is 0.287 kilojoule per kg Kelvin, and the characteristic gas constant for the water vapor is 0.461 kilojoule per kg Kelvin. We can remember these values, but we can also find out these values with the help of, because the characteristic gas constant R equals to the universal gas constant upon the molecular mass. If we're talking about the molecular mass of dry air, that is 28.97, and the value of universal gas constant is 8.314 kilojoule per kilomole Kelvin. And the molecular mass of the water vapor, as we know the molecular mass of water is 18, and the accurate value is 18.02. If we put these values, so 8.314 divided by 18.01 or 02, we will get 0.461, the characteristic gas constant for the water vapor, and similarly the characteristic gas constant for the dry air. If we put to the molecular mass of dry air, that is 28.97. Then from equation 1 put the value of Ra and Rv, we will get this value. If we divide this, we will get 0.622 pV by Pa, and also 0.622 pV upon Pa. According to Dalton's law, we know PV equals to PA plus PV, and if we put the value of PA, that will be equals to PB minus PV. So put the value of PA, so the specific humidity is 0.622 PV upon PB minus PV. So the specific humidity omega equals to 0.622 PB upon PB minus PV. If we write the unit of specific humidity, that is mv by ma. So the kilogram of water vapor, the mv is the mass of water vapor, so kg of water vapor, in short wv, per kg of ma for dry air, per kg of dry air. So the unit of specific humidity is kg of water vapor per kg of dry air, or gram of water vapor per gram of dry air, we can write. And for a particular region, the specific humidity, if we say this is the constant, this value is also constant because the dry air particle is fixed. So the specific humidity is the function of partial pressure of water vapor. That is the variable part. If the partial pressure of water vapor increase, the specific humidity will increase. If the partial pressure of water vapor decrease, the specific humidity will decrease. Thank you. In next class, we will discuss some other properties of moist air.